I wanted to just address one thing, right? So we all know you from your music, right? But somebody told me that you're quite the nerd and that you're actually studying is it chemical engineering, electrical engineering, some form of engineering? 99% of this team haven't been to the US.
Dude, at a big age.
She did it at 9 years old.
We used to do this the soil trend thing. So it was me, it was Daliwonga, it was Dalinjebo, his twin. So we used to do this thing where it's the soil vibe, yes, boom boom boom, and then we used to sing together.
Somebody told me that one of your hobbies is going to studio, recording songs, filing them, and never releasing them. Somebody said to me the other day, they're like, yo guys, the number of tracks Mashudu is sitting on that you've recorded over the years, is that true? And if so, why do you not release them?
Your mornings with Malume Tap.
Mashudu live in studio with us. Good morning once again, and thanks for coming through. Now, to start off, right, I wanted to just address one thing, right? So we all know you from your music, right? But somebody told me that you're quite the nerd and that you're actually studying is it chemical engineering, electrical engineering, some form of engineering?
Man, I'm doing electrical engineering.
And you're currently doing that?
I had to pause it a bit.
I was about to say, how would you balance the two?
It clashed with my musical career, but I'm going back next year to finish my last year.
How many more years do you still have to
I
do?
had one left.
Guys,
it's course, man. It's course. I had to relax a bit. I had to be like,
We know you from the amapiano scene, but you've got a background in opera music. Talk to me about that. When did you actually first start singing?
Yeah, at the age of 7, I started being a soloist. I had a really powerful voice at a very young age.
Okay.
So I started doing choirs at first, and then I was selected as a soloist to travel abroad.
And at what age?
Oh man, 9. I think
you're
Hold
traveling
on.
already at
You
9.
traveled
Yeah.
abroad
Oh, of
to go sing at age 9. Where did you go?
I went to the US.
Wow.
I went to the US and then I went to the UK
Like
as well.
99% of this team haven't been to the US.
At a big age.
She did it at 9 years old.
We
So,
do
yes.
hear through the grapevines, Mashudu, that you were in a group with Daliwonga and his twin.
We used to do this the soil trend thing. So it was me, it was Daliwonga, it was Dalinjebo, his twin. So we used to do this thing where it's the soil vibe, yes, boom boom boom, and then we used to sing together. So we went to school together from primary to high school. So everyone that is in the industry, most of them, they actually come from where we grew up from. It's in Diepkloof, Soweto. That's where the vibe is. Even Trail, the likes of Trail, all of them actually saw Matrix.
Yeah.
It's stocky. It's like Fidelitas and Fonts Luminous, mostly.
What's that?
Explain.
What's Fidelitas and
So
Frank?
those are the high school places
Yeah,
that we
guys,
all went
even I
to.
know that.
Even you know that.
Naphila komsodran.
Danko.
Now, we're talking electrical engineering,
Yes.
opera, traveling the world at age 9, one of the biggest vocalists in South Africa right now in the amapiano scene. Someone told me that you're also a medium.
Oh yes, I'm very spiritual.
Girl, what don't you do?
I don't run. I don't do Olympics. I don't run. But I do. I'm a medium. I'm a spiritualist. I actually went through the processes. That's part of me that I actually share with people through my music as well. There's some sort of spiritual feel when it comes to my music. So yes, that's the element.
Do you feel that helps your music a lot?
It does. It actually does. It actually does a lot. Cause I'm not even actually Zulu, but I write in Zulu.
How is that possible?
Soweto, Soweto, man.
Okay.
Soweto, the variety there.
How did you get introduced to amapiano with your diverse background and doing many other things?
I came into the scene by Soa Matrix actually. I think in 2020. He found me doing opera and was like, "No, man, I actually want to try this girl
use his
in
voice,
amapiano." You know, so that's how it started.
Somebody told me that one of your hobbies is going to studio, recording songs, filing them, and never releasing them. Somebody said to me the other day, they're like, yo guys, the number of tracks Mashudu is sitting on that you've recorded over the years. Is that true? And if so, why do you not release them?
Oh man, they're gonna kill me. But I actually did that because I think that's a part of me that I reserve for myself. You know, like when you want to have time for yourself, I usually just go to studio and record a song. Most probably different from amapiano actually.
Yeah.
It's most probably like R&B or soul that I actually do with myself, guys. It's a part of me that I share with myself. Just want to listen.
Do you feel
to
like
the
it's a
song.
form of therapy for yourself, just going in and recording a song?
Most definitely, especially when I'm either stressed or I'm going through a certain phase in life. I actually do
Your
that.
transition into amapiano,
Yeah.
right? I understand you're spiritual. I
Yeah.
understand that you write more about your experiences in your life and what you're feeling. But we over the years we've seen piano transitioning from just being beat, dance to actually speaking on real life experiences. Is that what you mean when you say you write about what you feel? You are following that journey of sharing your story through the music.
Yes. I think as well, when I talk about the transition, firstly from opera to amapiano, it took time for me to understand the dynamic of piano.
Yeah.
But as well, transitioning from a more soulful amapiano as well, it's a lot because you have to write.
Yeah.
It's all about the writing, but as well as expressing yourself in a way that people will understand through your writing.
When you made that transition and then tapped into amapiano, who was the easiest producer to work with? Because I can imagine they gave you hell because there's just so much going on in the scene.
That's a tough question. I mean, you worked with Kabza, you've worked with Momo, you've worked with Pori, Musa Keys, Master KG, Heavy K, all of them. Who did you have the best time working with?
Kabza.
Kabza.
The songs I did with Kabza, I think he understood me so well. Yo, but with Momo as well. Okay, Momo and Kabza.
Pick one.
Everybody Momo. You want to start beef where
Sorry,
there's no beef?
excuse.
Quickly before we cut to an ad break, Mina Nawe, did you know that it was going to be as big as it was? I mean, triple platinum status, it got you a nomination for Best Female Vocalist of the Year. When you recorded it in studio, was it like, yeah, this is going to be big?
He thought it was gonna be big. I was
And you
like,
didn't.
no. But then it was a nice song. But he actually believed in it more than I did at that time.
Sometimes you just need that, eh? You need someone else to say,
Believe. Yeah.
I believe. Ngempela, what a tune. Talk to me a little bit about this song.
Oh man, this song I actually did it with Shakes and Liz. And then we included Kabza into it, and then he gave his own signature inside. And I was like, hey, Murumba man, I need someone on that song, you know? And then he came through for me, and that's how it came all together.
He came through.
He
He
did.
came through.
In the final segment, and I think this is a very important thing for us to talk about. I was on your TikTok the other day, and you spoke about something that not a lot of vocalists speak about, and I think it's important, right? When we talk house music, we talk amapiano music. It's almost like the opposite for hip-hop, right? Where in hip-hop, you get the guy that produces the beat, produces the song, but he won't eat as much as the rapper because people want to book the actual vocalist. But when it comes to amapiano and house music, we find that it's very different. The DJs and the producers who are attached to the songs, they get a lot of bookings, but the vocalists themselves struggle to get the bookings. Talk to me about that, and why do you think that is the case?
Oh man, I think it's because of, I think now we have to understand that amapiano has changed, and it goes more into the brand more than the music. But unfortunately, like, there's a lot of artists that have really great songs that you jam to every day, and I actually mentioned a few, and people don't acknowledge them as the artists that should be acknowledged the way they're supposed to be. So for me, it was, I was raising it because everyone wants to say it, but I decided to raise it because it's so unfortunate to know that the likes of, especially it's mostly female artists, unfortunately, they don't get the recognition they deserve. But people jamming to your songs every single day.
Because I think the misconception is you've got a hit song that you're on. It's playing on every radio station. People then automatically assume that you are fully booked, that you are gigging Thursday to Sunday and they're booking you. But you find that that's not the case in some cases.
Unfortunately, it's not. It's not the case. I think people should understand that there's levels to this. There's underrated artists. There's like artists in the spotlight. Unfortunately, the underrated artists don't get as much booked as an artist in the spotlight.
How do we change that? What do you think we need to do to recognize more female vocalists? What do we do?
I think it goes back to actually having like that management solid team. You know, I wish like there was that solid team that goes to be like, you know what, I'm taking underrated artists. I'm actually taking it upon myself to take underrated artists and make them something. But as well, it's the game of the industry. We can't all go into the
Do you
spotlight.
find that the DJs and the producers also take advantage of these vocalists and artists?
I wouldn't say they do, because as well we have to understand that they're also like artists as well. So you can't expect another artist trying to launch themselves to focus on launching you. They're gonna launch themselves, and okay, that's how business works actually. Yeah.
And do you think that some of these artists could do more when they have hit singles to include the vocalists in the bookings?
They could, but I don't think it's yeah.
No.
I don't think they would. It's every artist for themselves.
Well, I'm glad that you had the guts to open up and speak about
Right.
it, because it's a long-standing thing, and that's why I didn't just make it an amapiano thing. Before amapiano, house music
Yeah.
for decades has gone through the same thing. You find countless big hit vocal songs, and the vocalist is not getting the recognition
Yeah.
that the DJ is
Is
getting.
getting.
You know, we can take it as far back as the days of Soul Candy, the early 2000s. It's been a thing for a very long time. But in closing, Mashudu, what's next for you? What are you working on right now?
I'm releasing a single on the 13th of September. I'm also working on a mix CP with Soa Matrix that will be released hopefully on the 4th of October. So
How many tracks in that EP?
6, 7.
Ooh, nah.
That's all we need.
Nice.
That's an album.
That's an album.
That's an album. And then the track you're releasing on the 13th, how much can you tell us about who you're working with? Is it a big secret?
Yeah, it is.
Any gigs coming up?
Not that I know of currently, no.
Guys, can we book Mashudu in the Northwest?
Please.
Yeah, please.
I think we need to get you gigs in Rustenburg.
Watch us
Have
through.
you ever gigged in Rustenburg?
No.
Ozone
Why?
Vogue Lounge. Come
Sports
on.
Lounge, Jigo Pochi,
Sports
yeah.
Lounge.
Yeah, BLK Lounge
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Poch.
yeah.
All right, we're going to make
Okay,
it.
lounge, I have been there.
I'm sure.
Kasi-
Pochi, ne?
kasi ito.
Hey, I've traveled. These places, some of them I get easy. I don't know.
What is, I always love to know this. What's the furthest you've ever traveled in like one day for gigs? Like between one gig and another gig?
Limpopo, yeah. I did like.
So where were you before the Limpopo gig?
I had to go from Northwest. That was a risk actually that day. Oh,
You went from the Northwest to where in Limpopo?
I went from Gauteng. There was a gig in Gauteng, and I had to go to Northwest, and I had to push it to Limpopo.
Yo.
In
3
one day.
provinces.
3 provinces.
We even slept at a garage because now we could see
don't wanna
the way
go.
home is too far. It's too far.
Yeah.
So I had to relax a bit.
So you just stopped at the garage and you
Pepper steak
Yeah, we
pie
had
now.
to do. I want.
grab a pepper steak pie and
Hey,
have a sleep.
the things
the
that
life,
we do.
it's the life.
The things we do.
Mashudu, thanks so much. Just give us drop your handles. If someone wants to go and follow you on the socials, how do they do so?
You can follow me on Instagram, Mashudu_vocalist. You can follow me on TikTok, Mashudu_vocalist. You can follow me on Twitter, Mashudu_RSA, and Facebook, Mashudu_RSA.
Lovely. So great to meet you, and I wish you nothing but the best. We're looking forward to that 13th of September. You said you're dropping a single.
Yes.
And then the EP with Soa Matrix comes out in October.
Yes.
I'm loving it. Lots of good music
a good
on
summer.
the way. Have a fantastic weekend, and with all your gigs and everything that's coming up, be safe, and we hope to catch up again sometime soon.
Thank you.
Round of applause, everybody. The one and only Mashudu.